Hey guys, welcome guys. Awesome. Welcome guys. And for people who join us live on YouTube, and welcome, and also people who are currently joining us on Zoom as well. Welcome everybody. Okay, great. So quick introduction about what we're doing today. So my name is Dr. Nancy Lee. I help people transition from worker bee to product manager and business leader. Today we have our live free coaching. I know lots of you guys want to get access to me because of capacity, and not everybody is able to get lots of one-on-one coaching from me. So therefore we open up opportunities for people to join us live on YouTube to ask me any questions. And today what we are planning to do is we are going to cover the topic, which is how to become a product manager with no prior experience. Quick introduction of myself, and I have coached over hundreds of product managers to land their dream product manager job offer in the tech industry, and lots of our students actually landing FAANG offers, and every month we have students landing FAANG offers, so I'm very proud about that. We also have breakthrough every single week. And so what we are going to do today, let me go and share you the agenda for our free live coaching. Anybody who joined us on YouTube right now, please comment on the chat, introduce yourself, what's your name, where you from, and on top of, do you have any other interviews coming up? Or if you don't have interviews coming up, let me know what is your dream company. And you know, today's topic is about how can we help you to land a product manager job offer, even if you don't have PM experience. So let's figure out how to have those kind of breakthrough and get into the tech industry. And if any other questions, please make sure you put your comment in the chat as well regarding anything in this topic relating how to land your PM job offer. Okay, so make sure you do that. Put in the chat. I'm going to go through all the questions live. All right. And inspiring stories, as all of you guys know, and lots of our YouTube videos and our training are very inspiring, because every time I share with lots of inspiring stories with you guys to make you guys to understand what is possible, so that you don't have your imposter syndromes and blocking you from achieving your goal. Okay, now this is a story actually I really love to share. Is one of our students inside the PM Accelerator. And for people inside PM Accelerator, you know who I am talking about. And for people who is outside, you can just assume who is one of people just like you guys. And speaking of which, let me turn on my virtual background so that you have the same view as what I have. Hold on, I think my virtual background was off. Interesting, right here. Okay, awesome, cool. Okay, great. So you have everything with me right now. So one of my students, and her name starts with T. Let's call her T, student T. And currently she is inside the PM Accelerator, which is a program we designed for people with cosmetic coaching to help them to land their dream product manager job offer. But the story I want to share with you is regarding how student T, where she gets started. So student T actually, when she got started, she has her own experience regarding customer success. So she was a customer success manager for about 4 years, working for like big tech companies and also startup. And her strength is mainly customer empathy, because she knows what customers want, and she has a lot of experience in regarding customer interviews. And however, there's still a gap between what she thought a customer success needs to be doing and what a product manager need to be doing as well. And she just like lots of you guys who has no prior product management experience either. All right, but what she decided to do is that hey, instead of thinking what she doesn't have, why does she start to build a product portfolio to really hone her skills? On top of that, she also starts to connect people in the industry so that she's able to show off her relevant experience to product management. And especially given her customer success background, she has lots of knowledge regarding customer interviews, customer empathy, which is also one of the main skills the product managers need to have. So she was able to qualify her prior experience and emphasize the relationship to product management. And she was also able to directly talk about how her product portfolio is able to help her to improve her skills. When she landed this job offer as a product owner at Axial, she was able to share with her product portfolio, and people were very impressed, and knowing that she's able to hit the ground and running starting from day one with all the capabilities and the value she was able to bring into the company. So that's why she was able to make the transition from customer success manager into a product owner. All right, so I want all of you guys to use this as inspiration as well, where you can think about how your prior experience is relevant to PM and how are you able to directly leverage prior experience and build a product portfolio. Okay, so we teach people how to build a product portfolio in PM Accelerator. You can also check out some free training on my YouTube channel about product portfolio. So let's do this. And soon later on, I'm going to share you where the free training is on my YouTube channel. And I also love to celebrate all the offers every week we received in PM Accelerator. This is all the examples we have. Actually, let me let people into the Zoom right now. And yeah, so for example, some examples, we have student, actually, she was close to 60 years old, and she was able to land a job offer from Xbox. And now she was also getting invited to interview with Meta, where people directly get served PM offer from Box and also Kula, King and Carla, and lots of different kind of amazing companies. So I want you guys to take this as inspirations, because I want you guys to achieve the same success as well. So Julianna, I know you joined us live on Zoom right now. I'm going to do the quick intro, then I'm going to have you to unmute yourself. You can ask me questions live. For anybody who is on YouTube right now, feel free to put your questions in YouTube as well, so that I can tell you how you can make the transition, okay, into product management, even if you may not have prior experience, okay? Another quick reminder is that whoever currently is interviewing for FAANG companies, you need to go to this website, darknessly.com/50FAANG, to download the real life interview questions in FAANG companies. Okay, so you go there to download the interview questions in FAANG companies, and you can use those to do mock interviews, because I really want you guys to get ready before your FAANG interview. Here's the thing, please do not go just blank out going for FAANG interviews without full preparation, because once you fail, you won't be able to interview with FAANG company for another year. The chance of you getting into FAANG company is less than 1%. So I want you guys to be fully prepared. So therefore, please make sure you go to this website, darknessly.com/50FAANG, to get ready for your upcoming FAANG interviews as well. Another quick reminder, and anybody who is interested in learning what's the best strategy for you to land your dream product manager job offer in 60 days, feel free to go to my website, darknessly.com/masterclass, to register for our upcoming live webinar. Okay, and now a question from all of you guys. You may be asking, so how can we join you live on Zoom to receive free coaching, Nancy? This is what you need to do. And you, in the description of this YouTube live, there's a link. We can submit a form like this. A Google form to submit your questions and request join me live, or if you want to join me live right now through this YouTube live, you can email me directly at nancy.darknessly.com to request the link to the Zoom. Okay, so nancy@darknessly.com, and at the same time, whoever get prioritized are people who either support a nonprofit I support, and every year I do one-on-one donation matches to nonprofits. Actually, I personally donate more than the one-on-one matching, which means you donate $1, I donate at least $1 to any educational nonprofit you guys support, or whoever have most likes and comments and shares on my YouTube channel, you will get prioritized to get free live coaching with me as well. Okay, last but not least, want you guys to join some free groups to find your mock interview partners, and you can take a screenshot right now to join the WeChat group or the LinkedIn group, okay? And then you scan the barcode to join those groups. Awesome. Okay, great. So let's do this. First of all, so welcome, Julianna. Awesome, awesome. Do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Sure, separate from my pitch.
Yes. So let's do the just quick introduction of yourself, and then we can review your pitch. What other questions you have regarding transition into product management?
Great. So I'm actually I'm Julianna Flanagan-Thoreau. I'm actually currently a product manager or doing product manager work at Capital One. I'm looking to grow and advance and potentially try out a new company. And I actually have my first FAANG interview next week.
Oh, good luck. What company is it?
Amazon.
Best of luck coming up. Do you have all your 14 principles ready for Amazon?
Working on everything.
Best of luck. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So for people who join us live on YouTube, feel free to put your questions in the chat as well. We're going to go through all the questions one by one. Okay. So because Julianna joined us live here, so let's answer your questions first. So what do you want to discuss today?
So one thing that's been on my mind, because I am currently working in a PM role, but I've only been in that role for 2 years, but I've been working for over 10 years. And honestly, I kind of fell into PM work because it was so similar to stuff I was already doing. But I see in job descriptions like a hard, like at least X number of years of PM work. And my resume doesn't say that. So how do I address that? Like if it comes up in an interview?
For example, are you saying that in Amazon, they may ask for 4 years experience, but you only have 2 years PM experience, what you should do, right? Which is also the question most people ask regarding, hey, I don't have prior PM experience. What should I do? People is more struggling between 0 to 3. Lots of job openings, they say they need at least 3 years PM experience. And in general, like most job openings do not say, hey, even if you have 0 PM experience, you can join us. They skip that. So in this scenario, let's say specific for you, Julianna, even if you have 2 years experience, let's say Amazon asks for 4 years, what you need to do is you need to tell them how relevant was your prior experience before this 2 years. Let's say you have been working for 10 years in total. So about around those 8 years, what specific skills you have mastered, what specific task you have done is the same or very similar to product management. For example, our student Tina, she landed a job offer as a product owner. That's her first transition from the customer success role. And she emphasized on customer empathy, voice of customer interviews, and suggesting lots of features that's relevant to the product roadmap improvement. So that experience is relevant to product management. So what you need to do before you go into Amazon interview, let's say they look for 4 years PM experience, you need to understand about your 8 years, how much is relevant, first of all. And second, you also need to understand the team. Let's say the Amazon team, I don't know, they're looking for people. Of course, all PM need to have end-to-end PM experience, but they're more emphasized on someone who knows AWS, Amazon Web Services, and let's say in your past 8 years experience, which one is relevant to AWS? And you should highlight those experience and what you did regarding AWS prior joining Amazon or Capital One. And maybe your job title at the time was solution architect, which is okay. As a solution architect, how much is this relevant to AWS? What do you do with AWS? And how did you improve the product? Or how did you collect customer interviews or feedback? So those are PM related experience. There's also something AWS really want to see as well. So those could be qualified as PM experience, but has a lot to do with how much you package your prior experience and how relevant it is. You're able to qualify for the skills Amazon is looking for.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
All right. So question to you, for the prior 8 years experience, what did you do that's relevant to PM?
I I worked heavily with data, and I found myself very much at the intersection of understanding the programmatic and user side of things, and then also the technical and developer side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was regularly, leading cross-functional teams in that way and influencing both sides and helping them translate needs and tech requirements and things like that.
Very good. Perfect. Yes. So that should qualify for relevant PM experience. But another tip is once you join Amazon, they will dive deeper. For example, the Hergy experience, oh, you do this at the intersection. So they will ask you specific examples. And even if you gave them an example, they will ask you, so specifically, which customer did you talk to? How did you improve it? How big is your team? They ask you very in-depth questions. So get ready.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah. So if you're not ready, let's say the prior 8 years experience, even if you sound like it's relevant, right? They dive deeper, you're not ready. So, oh, it's all fake. She probably even the 8 year experience has nothing to do with PM. The 2 year experience probably she's doing an okay job because once they dive deeper, you're not ready. Okay. Very cool. Best luck with the upcoming Amazon interview.
Thank you.
Very cool. Any other questions?
I think the specifics one, that was helpful. I don't know if this is a question, but I do feel the imposter syndrome that you mentioned, because I feel like I was doing this work and really relevant work for a while before realizing that this was a full-time job that people did, and there was like specific vocabulary for like that I maybe just used something else because it was more organic in my career. So I don't know if that's a question, just thank you so much for your help.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm here to help. I also know, including myself, I had imposter syndrome when I started my PM job. But the way to do it is you really, I'm very sincere with you guys, okay? So you really need to learn how exactly PM works in big tech companies like FAANG companies. Because soon, once they start to ask you to lead a team to the agile practice, right requirement, and then your imposter syndrome came up because you kind of did it, but you didn't do it in the real PM way. So you're right in the border. You kind of similar to different tier of women's bags. You said as example, right? There's a Gucci bags out there. There's also knockoffs. So you're right in between the knockoffs and the real Gucci bag because you're kind of like did it. You see what I'm saying? So that's where you imposter syndrome coming in. You say, oh, I was a knockoffs, but I kind of looks exactly like Gucci. So I'm right in the middle. It's a kind of feeling, right? So what you need to do is that why don't I learn exactly how to make a real Gucci bag so that in the past, your relevant experience can be very solid. So you lay out true foundation. So I suggest you to really learn the real way of how to do product management. Okay, so we have lots of free training. I'm going to show you the free training. We have lots of free training on my YouTube channel. And for people who also want to get like a hands-on training from me, you can check out our PM Accelerator right here, Product Manager Accelerator. Now let me share with everybody who check All right, Julianna, are you still there?
Hi, yes.
Oh God, thank you for waiting. Thunderstorm passed by.
Oh, fun.
That was out. Let me see how people still there on YouTube. Hold on. Interesting. Please wait and try to reconnect. All right, are people still there on YouTube? Let me refresh. Hold on. Let me refresh. Oh, this is crazy. Interesting. Don't see anything, can't hear. Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Okay. I hope you will rejoin. All right, cool. All right, so quick announcement. Whoever is on YouTube, we just have internet's out after thunderstorm. Okay, whoever can rejoin us on YouTube, we'll still answer your questions. Okay, so let's do this. Juliana, so we're talking about sharing you the free training on YouTube. Let me go to my YouTube channel. Wow, this is interesting. The thunderstorm can really cause interesting damages. Okay, so let me. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me share with you the free training regarding how to gain all the PM experience. How to become product manager, how to become an outstanding product manager. And there are several live trainings you have. The best training, where's Google training? What is it? Oh, this one. Okay, so this is about how Google Product Manager builds their product. So the methodology they use is industry standard. All right, so you should definitely take this training. So go here, how to become outstanding product manager. So this one, and now depends on your experience. All right, so how much in-depth product management knowledge you had, you can watch out the trainings we had earlier regarding different kind of skill set and day-to-day what does it look like. But most importantly, what I believe is this one, this training is very important to you. Of course, it's also the the training, the differences. Okay, so the differences between where's the product owner versus product manager training, and there's another training I believe is very relevant to you. Is this one? How to become a director product. And do we not include this here? This one. The product owner versus product manager, I believe that one you need to watch because you might be doing product owner work, which is training right here. So you might be doing product owner work, but not in the scope as a product manager. So you need to really understand what you did before, how much relevant, or it's the same. Hopefully it's the same as real product manager. If there's anything that's different, whatever is lacking, you need to really gain those experience because they need to test you out in those upcoming interviews. Okay, cool. Okay, of course, check out PM Accelerator if you're interested in getting more in-depth training from me. But those are the free coaching you should really learn and get ready for your upcoming interviews for Amazon. Best of luck.
Great, thank you.
Okay, great, cool. All right, so is the last question you have?
Yes, for now.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Keep me posted. Please email my team regarding how did you go for the Amazon interview. Okay, we love to follow up with you and see how well you do.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for all your content.
No problem. All right, talk to you soon. See you, Julianna. Bye. Cool. All right, so let me answer questions on YouTube, and feel free to post your questions on YouTube right now. I'm seeing people coming. Joining us. Keep me posted. Please email my team regarding how to go for the Amazon interview. Okay. Hold on. Why I have multiple sounds? Okay. All right. I have this duplicated voice. All right. Now let me see the questions we have on YouTube Live. And so we see people, Corey and Limo join us. So Limo said PM in insurance industry, but would like to transition to real tech companies. Very good. Yes. To be frank with you guys, the product management practice in the insurance industry is very different from big tech companies like FAANG companies or Uber, Airbnb, those kind of companies. So what I want you guys to do is that if you're in insurance company, you really need to relearn what the big tech company like FAANG companies and how do they do product management. Okay, now let's see. We see people, Corey from Turkey, computer engineering, sophomore students. Okay, so this is a good question. Car said, cars, I received many PM offers with no experience. Where can I go to learn more on how to manage my product and day-to-day? Very good. Let me copy paste this question here. One sec. And share you my screen. So let me share. And then you know what question I am going to answer. So this question is this one. Okay. Question, I received many PM offers with no experience. Fantastic. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So you can actually land PM offers. This is just one of our viewers on YouTube Live sharing with us. Okay, so receive many PM offers with no experience. Where can you go to learn more on how to manage your product and the day-to-day? Very fantastic questions. Yes, you're right. I know lots of you guys will mention you have imposter syndromes, you had landed a job offer without real PM experience, what you do, right? So in this scenario, what you need to do is you learn the day-to-day. Let me share with you the free training. I believe I mentioned free training. So the product manager versus product owner, and that's all the responsibilities, you know, how we list in the training. So you guys need to go to this free training, product manager versus product owner, with all the list of responsibilities you need to do for both roles. Okay, so that's a free training you need to do. Now, let me also share with you as a free training. Where are the real IP product management? So day in life as a director product. So that's more as a director product, what experience look like. That's more executive functions, but I think it's very relevant to all of you guys that understand what the real life look like. And because how I manage my team, how do we do customer interviews as a team, it's very relevant to all of you guys. So I want you guys check out this video as well. Now, other trainings regarding the, what is the product management? Here, the first 90 days, even if it's first 90 days, but I believe what I did in my first 90 days is not done by you guys. I believe that, okay? So if any of the action items I mentioned in the first 90 days, I asked you guys to do, and then you didn't do it, you need to take out and check out this free training. Okay, so check out different methodologies you need to do in terms of stakeholder management. Let's pause here. Let me break down here. Oops, hold on. Right, regarding the stakeholder management, product strategy, customers, and industry knowledge, and those are the important things you need to do in your day-to-day goals. You should go within the 90 days. If you do it, if you didn't do it within 90 days, you need to redo it. Okay, so that's very important. And besides this, is other free trainings you need to list out here, which is the, as I said, the Google PM methodology. You need to learn it, how to become an outstanding product manager. So which is right here. So take this free training regarding how Google launch a product from using the agile methodology. Okay, so go to this training on my YouTube channel. It's going to guide you through the best methodology that Google is using, and the specific methodology actually was also taught by my friend, currently was a Google product manager. So you guys should totally go check it out. Nice. Now let me see the questions you guys have on YouTube. Feel free to post more questions here on YouTube as well. All right, so Dan said, how do you transition into PM role without really having experience in specific defining roadmap job? So let me give you examples here. Let me share you my screen and so that people can see the same questions. We'll do the second one. This question, make it bigger. How to transition into product management role without really having experience in specific jobs, such as defining roadmap? Very good question. And there's 3 steps to do it. And step number 1, you need to think about in your prior experience. Maybe you are a consultant. Maybe you are a customer success manager, like my student mentioned earlier, right? So defining roadmap, you just think about, have you ever defined roadmap before? If the step number 1. Step number 2 is that if you have it, perfect. That's how you talk about your prior experience with the PM. And step number 2 is let's say you haven't defined roadmap before, but do you have related experience in terms of contributing to roadmap, influencing the roadmap? It's also relevant to the job, right? Now, third part is that if you really have no experience regarding roadmap at all, you need to build a product portfolio that helps you to qualify your experience that you have gained before you even become a product manager. Now, let me share with you the free training regarding how to build your product portfolio. What I mean by product portfolio, okay? So go to my channel here and product portfolio video. So product portfolio video is one of my most watched video, popular upload. You can go find it here. Portfolio, wow, 11 views. Even 2 people watching this right now. I like it. Okay, awesome. All right, so product portfolio. How to build a product portfolio, succeed in product manager resume and interview. So check out this free training. What is the product portfolio? What does it look like? What key component in a product portfolio? So I mentioned those key components inside a product portfolio. You guys should follow this to do it as well. And also other free training regarding how to build portfolio to gain PM experience. So that's the most important thing you guys need to do. If your prior experience somehow is not able to be relevant to any roadmap or examples of PM experience, you need to build a product portfolio. So check out this free training here and how to build a product manager portfolio to succeed in product manager resume and interview. Okay, so check out this free training. And I'll just show you guys how to find it on my YouTube channel. Okay, and now next question. Christopher said, I have a non-FAANG senior PM case interview coming up. Which case interview methodology should I study to be successful? Fantastic question. Let me show you guys. Any other questions you guys have, feel free to post in the YouTube live chat. Okay. Okay, I hear thunderstorm again. I hope the internet do not go off. If it goes off, you will understand. We'll come back once I fix it. Okay. Let me put it here. Okay, so let me make it bigger. All right. This question, I have a non-FAANG senior PM manager case interview coming up. Which case interview methodologies should I study to be successful? Okay, fantastic question. For non-FAANG senior PM case interviews, it really depends on the company, and they can test you per sense or per design interview questions. They may also directly ask you any problem solving type of interview questions. They may also ask you like metrics type of interview questions. Now, let me share with you what framework, okay, what case interview methodology should I use to be successful for all the per sense or per design interview questions. You should totally use this framework. I call it modified circles framework. I do not suggest you just follow circles framework because it doesn't work if you don't modify it. Okay, now right here, where is modified? When I talk about modified circles framework, I modify several times regarding how they prioritize. Let me show you the free training. Okay, so go to here. PM interview framework, interview questions right here. So in this playlist, I lost crack the, okay, right here, right? So product manager case interview sample answers design an Uber app for people with disabilities. Okay, so I love this video. It has so many views already because we give so much like free content here. Okay, so the framework you need to use is modified circles framework, which goes through this training. So basically, when I say modified, you start with mission and why instead of just like general environment. Mission, why of the company, user segmentation, the pain point, and make sure you segment, you prioritize modify, you prioritize users segmentation, you also prioritize pain point again, and then you come out with your solutions. And when you prioritize, I invent my own framework like impact and urgency, and also the risk and you need to use, and also the size of the market that you can use to create your own prioritization framework. So take this free training. That's what you need to do. Okay. And now this other framework you may consider based on interview questions. If you put a strategy interview question, the cases they give you, such as should Lyft enter the India market or not, right? So for those kind of interview questions, you need to use the Gucci framework. Where's my Gucci framework? Right here. So this is the Gucci framework we are invented, which tells you how to answer product strategy interview questions. So this framework is very different from the modified circles framework. So I want you guys to study this framework in depth to get ready for your upcoming interview. Okay, so another framework which I want to share with you guys is the two-sided marketplace, my computer science PhD framework. Where I post in this training, where's my, okay, so in this training we're talk about the top 20 Facebook managed interview questions that can land your job offer, where I mentioned the two-sided marketplace framework where you need to use to crack your upcoming interviews if you're getting ready for very comprehensive interview questions. Okay, so it's coming up here. And also the other framework I mentioned in this video is called my computer science PhD framework. So check it out over there. Okay. All right. So best of luck with your upcoming interviews. Actually, all those interview questions are very similar to FAANG companies. You just need to get ready and know what's the best framework to use to answer those interview questions. Okay. And next question, how do you, so post all your questions here. Let me go through them one by one. How do you show you have 3 years of experience with no PM, no experience as a PM manager? Okay, so I answered the question earlier. Let me go through this again. Let me post a question here. Let me, okay, let me duplicate slides. Okay, now post a question here. Okay, so this part. How do you show you have 3 years PM, 3 years PM experience, even if you have no experience as a product manager. 3 steps frameworks. Number 1, you need to identify your prior experience and how much is relevant to product management ahead of time. So when you walk into an interview, you can show them the transferable skills. Okay. Step number 2, you need to think about anything that you have done that's relevant and make an impact to the product. For example, if you were like a customer success manager, like my student I mentioned earlier, right here, she was a customer success manager for 4 years and then offer as a product owner. That's the very first PM offer she had. You need to identify, did you make any impact to the product? Okay, even if you don't have a job title, but as a customer success manager, what my student T did was she made lots of suggestions to the roadmap. She made lots of suggestions in terms of how to improve the product based on the customer feedback and interviews. And those are also relevant regarding how you improved a product. Okay, step number 3, if you have no PM experience at all, we recommend all our students to build a product portfolio. You should totally check out this answer here. And our student T, she landed job offer and as a product owner, the first PM offer she had. One of the reasons was she shared her product portfolio with the prospective employers upfront. Okay, so people know that she already mastered the PM experience. She can just hit the ground and running, which also qualify and show her already had prior experience. Okay, so now product portfolio and go here, product portfolio. My most watched popular upload, product portfolio is here. How to build a product manager portfolio to succeed in PM resume and interview. So you need to I suggest everybody, if you have no PM experience, you need to build a product portfolio. Okay. So check out this video where also discuss the key component inside a product portfolio. Right here, so customer persona, customer journey, requirement, those goes into a product portfolio. So you need to get ready for your product portfolio so that you can say that, hey, even if I don't have PM title for 3 years, but this is what I've done before, and this is the type of product portfolio we have built. You can see my skill set already representing being able to work as a product manager starting from day 1. Okay, so check out this video, and I believe you will have great success following the right strategy. Okay, so next question. You had experience working in the weeds with product means making top priority trade-offs and helping them set priorities. Let me put this way. Put this question here. Let me duplicate. Shot. Is this one? This one? Oh, right here. You have had experience working in the weeds with product teams in making top priority trade-offs and helping them set product strategies and plus roadmap. I see you put in product roadmap, right? So for the, let me see, was any follow-up question related to this? No. Okay, great. So what the requirement for the job is that you have working with teams to help them to prioritize and help them with the trade-off, right? Let's say if you are not product manager, but you are a scrum master or any kind of related role, and you actually have done the related experience in terms of helping the team to make decisions regarding trade-offs, you can talk about the prior experience. But most importantly, what I want you guys to understand is that this helping them to think about the trade-offs and priority needs to happen in real life. You shouldn't create fake stories that doesn't exist But if you have done prior experience, let's say, as I mentioned earlier, my student has customer success experience, that provides so many feedback regarding how to prioritize roadmap and features based on customer feedback, and those are related to, hey, I work with product teams in making trade-off decisions, right? So these need to happen in real life if you've done that before. But if you do not have a PM title, it doesn't matter. As long as you have done the prior work, you just need to show them what you have done, the impact you had, and also show them your product portfolio. That's very convincing already. And especially as an entry-level product manager, you already have those kind of hands-on experience. They will really love to consider you for their like a PM candidate and eventually make a job offer. Okay, so now, and let me go through the next question. So next question is, I had tax technical. April said, I have tax technical and project management experience. How would you please give some insight whether it's easy to switch to tax product manager? Okay, let me copy paste this question here. Let me share my screen. How to share my screen? One second. Okay, you have tax technical and project management experience. So you want to learn whether it is easy to switch a tax product manager. Yes, I think so. If you already have prior technical knowledge or industry knowledge regarding the tax, helping people to file taxes, and also you have project management experience working across functional team, that's very relevant to product management. You should, yes, I do believe that it should be easier for you to transition to tax product manager. But as I said, I believe that it's more important you know how to craft your prior experience and really identify how much is relevant to product management. So therefore, started the free training and also check out the product portfolio. And I do think you need the product portfolio to show how project management or text technical experience you had is relevant to product management. Okay, so let me go through the next question. Your next question, picking off the question, how would you this question, Christopher asked this question. Christopher, were you on my Zoom earlier, but you were not able to connect your voice messaging, your voice through Zoom? Was it you? I believe there's another Chris. I think it's you. Let me share this question here. Piggyback off. Okay, one sec. I think I deleted the wrong question. Sorry. What's my should use this one. To piggyback off the earlier question, how would you know when to use modified circles framework versus Gucci framework versus another framework? Very good question. Okay, so based on interview question, is the interview question to design something? Okay, so design ABCD product, that's modified circles framework. If the question is, hey, should Lyft enter the food market, or not food, the food delivery market? What's the long-term strategy for Google in the coming 10 years? Or like anything very specific, like should YouTube do like education, do something about education, right? So those are very specific strategy type of questions, you need to use a Gucci framework. Now, let me also share with you regarding how to answer those product strategy interview questions. I like all the recommendations. And our latest questions here. How to prepare for Google product strategy, mock interview, and land offer. So those are the questions, type of questions. Okay, for should Lyft enters the India market or not? I believe the mock interview I did with Barbara was about the education content on YouTube. So you guys should watch this mock interview, have the feeling, see the differences, and watch this mock interview. I also have done the past mock interview about product design questions. Let me show you the differences. So other product design questions, let me see, interview, free training, where the free training, mock interview, where's, here. So that's other mock interview I've done in the past, okay, regarding, hey, how would you able to design the bus, the bus, okay, the app for bus driver, right? So those are product design questions. So I want you guys to watch those two different mock interviews to see the differences. All right, based on the questions you can tell, and then you apply the framework strategically. Okay, so check out this video, how to pass the Facebook Meta Product Sense mock interview on my YouTube channel as well. So it's right here with this, the cover photo I just showed you guys earlier, this one, what they didn't tell you. So this one right here. Okay, cool. Now let me answer the next question. NG asked this question. So let me share my screen again. NG asked this question. I'm a tech sales engineer, work in tech before as audit and security. Do you really set, how would you really set your resume? I've submitted resume with words relevant, but seems to really fall off everywhere. Okay, so you should check out our free training regarding the resume. So let me show you here. And where is the resume? Okay, so check out those two free training regarding the resume. For example, how product manager resume tips with no prior experience. That's the best one for you to study. Specifically, you're asking, you submit resume with words relevant 2 p.m. but seems to falling apart. So now what I believe what's missing is that even if you put some kind of PM keywords, it's likely you didn't highlight your impact. And also it's likely when you talk about those experience, you didn't use the way how product managers talk about it on their resume as well. So I don't just want you guys really fake on your resume. I think it's really bad because they can tell you don't have PM experience, you will get fired on the job as well. So most important for you guys is, I believe you need to master PM experience. And then you understand why my prior sales engineer experience relevant to PM. And then when you restructure your resume, you can highlight your impact, and you can also highlight specifically the right keywords related to sales engineer, how it's related to product management. Okay, so check out this free training, so that will help you. And you should also download our free resume template, which is in the description right here, and learn what's the best strategy to do it. Okay, so let me answer the next question. Next question, very, Very good. Let me show you. Duplicate slides. Duplicate slides. Right here. How can I stand out when answering why I want to become a product manager? Okay, this is a fantastic question. Usually when they ask you why you want to become PM, you need to understand what PM does and how it resonates with you, okay? And also how it's relevant to your prior experience. And I have sample training here. You can use my answer, like it will pass the interview if you use my answer, okay? So go to here to get my answer here so that you can stand out. And so free training, product manager interview questions and answers, free training. Why product management? Da, 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 da. Oh, I think this folder is full. YPM. Okay. How to answer this question? Why do you want to become product manager? So study here. At here, I believe I gave you my answers already. Yes, in this video, I gave you my answers already. Why you want to become a PM? You can talk about your prior experience in terms of product manager is working in both both business and technical functions, and you happen to have the experience also working on those two functions. That will help you to talk about both technical and business experience. Okay, and that will not only help you to stand out, will also help you to directly become a product manager. And why you love this, because you already have prior experience and also you enjoy what you have done in the past. Okay, so there are other sample answers I show with you in this training. You can check it out right here, technical and business. And also like the nature of product management, which the examples gave you, which is, for example, product managers are in general the leadership position, the CEO product, and you really enjoy being a leader as well. So that need to be relevant to product management, also relevant to who you are as well. So the combo will help you to stand out. Okay, now let me answer the next question. JK 10 years experience at PM. So let me share my screen again. +10 years experience as a PM. Whether like to jump into FAANG for more user impact, any tips, advice will be appreciated. Okay, great, cool. All right, for people with more than 10 years experience, to be frank with you, it's more important if you can crack the case interview. It's not about your experience as a PM anymore. It's more about, do you know how to answer product design interview questions and how to answer like the product strategy interview questions. In one of my last live training, I had people with 13 years product management experience. His interview was Google the next day. I don't think he did a good job when he do mock interview with me. Okay, you can see his performance and you will understand it. And most important is that when you get ready for your FAANG or Google interview, are you able to use the right framework when they ask you the right questions, and are you quickly able to like answer those questions on the spot? Okay, so take this free training, product strategy, like how to do like product strategy mock interview. Take this free training, especially for FAANG. Lots of my content tailored before FAANG interviews. You check it out. The Facebook interview questions, and also the Google the interview questions with the examples where to show you what kind of free training you can use to answer what type of interview questions. Okay, so those are important videos for you to study. Okay, cool. All right. So make sure you go here, like top 20 Google product manager interview questions, how to answer them. You can Google this, you can search this, and with my name, Dr. Nancy Lee, it will show up. Okay. And very good question. So next question. So this is a very good question. Would you recommend, let me make it bigger. Would you recommend someone to go from CSM, customer success manager, to PM if you don't have experience, or still go for PM? I had HR telling me to go for that role instead. What role instead? From CSM, customer success manager, to PM if you don't have prior experience, or still go for PM? This question sounds the same. I have an HR manager telling me to go for that role instead, and then rejecting and telling me to go to startup. That's weird. Okay, so as I said earlier, customer success manager can definitely become a product manager. Depends on how you repackage your prior experience. Okay, so for example, I said earlier my student was customer success manager for 4 years. She was able to successfully land her first PM job. When she got her job offer, actually, she was able to increase her salary for 40%. And I also negotiate salary for her. That's also one of the reasons her salary is higher, 40% higher. So you guys really need to think about what's the best way for you to become a PM. So definitely, I do recommend you with this experience to become a PM. You get rejected was for other reasons. Was because you don't have product portfolio, you don't know how to speak the PM language, you haven't gained the PM experience that have been trained by experienced PM managers. So that's why we have people in our PM accelerator program learning what's a real way to become a PM, so that when you talk about your customer success management experience, how it's relevant to PM, so you know what to talk about. Not everybody with like customer success manager experience can become a PM. It's more about customer empathy and how you talk about it, how you build a product portfolio to really highlight your strengths. Okay, now next question. Oh, Angie said HR asked you, let me show this. Telling me to go for CSM. Change the question. Okay. Exactly. So you can still qualify for PM position if you know how to use the right strategy. I just gave you examples. Okay. Next question here. Dun, dun. Duplicate slides. If you had to create an app to add to your brand new product manager portfolio, what industry and type of application would you create to stand out to achieve the wow factor for FAANG companies? When our students create the product portfolio, it's more focused on the B2C product. And if you go for FAANG companies, I suggest you create some B2C product. I think that's more relevant to FAANG companies. Okay. Yeah, the key is go execute and figure it out. Very cool, very cool. Awesome. I believe we answered all the questions on YouTube, and we'll have lots of people join us today. That's amazing. Awesome, awesome. Okay, great, cool. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. And final reminder, where is my thing? For your upcoming interview with FAANG company, I think lots of people mentioned they're going for FAANG interviews. For your upcoming interview for FAANG, please make sure you go here. There's a lot of like 50 interview questions in FAANG companies you guys should download and get ready for your upcoming interviews. Okay, so there's lots of free resources here. Go ahead to check it out. For anybody who is interested in PM Accelerator, which you can get like coaching, hands-on coaching from me and my team. You should check out this free webinar, how to land your dream permanent job offer in 60 days. Feel free to check it out. Let us know if any other questions about the program as well. Awesome. Okay, great. Cool. All right. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's another question. Question here. Ding, ding. Oh, let me share my screen about being a leadership role. So another question. Let me duplicate this. Currently in a leadership role as a PM, it's possible to transfer for FAANG company as a leader, or it's more likely to start again as IC. Okay, so if you join FAANG company, you will have a title job. If you're a director in other companies, you will not be a director in FAANG companies, to be frank. If you are a VP or senior director at the companies, yes, it's possible for you to become a director in FAANG companies. But basically, FAANG company has a discount of the title. Okay, so get ready, but FAANG company pays you very well. So one of our students, he was a senior director of Western Union Bank. He landed Meta L7 offer, and he was paid around the 800 grand in terms of salary. So even if you title job, you can still have like much higher upside regarding your salary. Okay, so I want all of you guys to really take this as inspirations and think about, hey, if you already have many years experience, why you're not getting 800 grand? Yeah, figure out what's wrong with your job hunting strategies. Okay, cool. All right, so best luck with everybody, and let me know how things go. Feel free to email me and my team regarding your upcoming interviews or what kind of help you want to have. All right, for any other questions about product management, either become a product leader or product manager interview, please feel free to directly comment in any of my my videos. We answer all the questions if you comment in our video. Okay, on the description of the video directly. Okay, great. Talk to you guys soon. Best luck with your upcoming interviews. All right, see you guys soon. This is Dr. Nancy. Bye.